This is in continuation with our lesson last time. We are still in logic, but we will be focusing on logical operators and truth tables. Now, to begin with, let's have first the definition of a simple statement and a compound statement. So, a simple statement is a statement that conveys a single idea. A compound statement is a statement that conveys two or more ideas. Let me give you an example. Connecting simple statements with words or phrases as and or if, then, or if and only if creates a compound statement. So if I'll be using the word and, or, if, then, if and only if, we'll be creating a compound statement now. For instance, I will be attending or I will attend the meeting or I will go to school. That's a compound statement because you have two simple statements nga combine. I will attend the meeting is a simple statement. Another simple statement, I will go to school, but it's combined with the or, a connector or, meaning it becomes a compound statement. Now, it is composed of two simple statements. I will attend the meeting and I will go to school. The word or is a connective for these two simple statements. Now, we have here the different connectors, the connectives, logic connectives, and symbols. If I'll be using not, P, the connective is not, symbolic form, and this is what you call a negation. If I'm going to give you P and Q, the connective here is and. The symbolic statement, take note of the symbol over here. This is the symbol for and, okay? And this is what you call a conjunction. Again, this is what you call a conjunction. Here is another statement. P or Q. The connector here or the connective is or. This is the symbolic form. So take note, this is what you call a disjunction. So take note of the symbol for and. For a while sa class half for a while. Okay, so take note for the symbol for and the symbol for or. So the next statement is if P then Q. Our connective is if then. This is in symbol form. So if I'll be having an if then statement, this is the symbol. This is the symbol for implication. And this is a conditional statement. And lastly, if I'll be using if and only if, as you can see, that is my connector. That's the connective that I'm using in the last statement. And in symbolic form, it's a line having two arrowheads. And this is what you call a biconditional. So take note of these symbols because later on, I will only be using truth tables, kining a symbol, kining a symbol, kining a symbol, the symbol for this, and this symbol. So we need to familiarize unsa ni nga mga symbols and what does it stand for. Okay, now let's continue. Now, let's write statements in symbolic form. Let's consider the following simple statements. So we will be representing today is Friday, that's the letter P. It is raining, that's the letter Q. I am going to a movie, that's letter R. And I am not going to the basketball game, that's S. Okay? Now, let's write the following compound statements in symbolic form. Okay, Today is Friday and it is raining today. Now, what letter ang gamito nato for today is Friday? What letter does it represent over our given statement?
P, sir.
Okay, so this is now P. What about it is raining? The letter Q. Unsa gyud is symbol sa and? What was the symbol for and? O balik ka nato ang mga statements. Asa ang and ana? Dara sir ay mao ni symbol sa and. So therefore, if I'll be writing this in symbolic form, this is the symbolic form for letter A. Okay, let's go to letter B. It is not raining and I am going to a movie. So take note the word not. So unsay representation nako sa it is raining? Q. Nagibutangan man ako not. How do you write it is not raining? This is now the negation. So butangan na kog symbol sa negation niya. It is raining, it's letter Q. So mo ni siya pasabot sa it is not raining. Ang and, the symbol for and is this. I am going to a movie, that's R. So this will be our answer for letter B. Okay? Let's go to letter C. I am going to the basketball game. I am going to the basketball game. Ang given sir kay I am not going man. So unsaon man na nato nga ma-negate nato o di butangan na siya og not for a while class for a while. Okay. I already gave the answers. Pasensya kay my niece was here a while ago. So I am not going to the basketball game kay ang S. Gibutangan nag-negation kay I am removing the word not. I am simply negating the sentence. Then I am using or. So the symbol for or is this. And I am going to a movie. Okay? Now, if it is raining, so take note, I am now using the word if. Then I am not going to the basketball game. So it is raining is Q, implies I am not going to the basketball game. That's S. Q implies S. So this is how we translate statements into symbolic form. Okay? Now, let's consider the following statements. You have there P stands for the game will be played at Atlanta. Q, the game will be shown on CBS. R, the game will not be shown on ESPN. And S, the Dodgers are favored to win. So let's write the following symbolic statements in words. So atong balihon karon. Ganiha, we are given a statement. We will transform it in symbolic form. This time, you are given the symbolic form. Let's transform that into words. So ang Q nako diri is this. So I'll be having the game will be shown on CBS. Now, what symbol is this? And. So I'll be having the game will be shown on CBS and P, isumpay si P. So that will be your answer now. The game will be shown on CBS and the game will be played in Atlanta. Simple as that. Let's have letter B. So you have now not R. R is I will not be shown, or the game will not be shown on ESPN. So kining the game will not be shown on ESPN, I'm gonna negate that. Na may not, tangtangon ako ang not. So meaning the game will be shown on ESPN. This is still O and, take note, and S, the Dodgers are favored to win. Letter C, I have here the symbol for if and only if. So I'm gonna start with statement S. The Dodgers are favored to win if and only if. Negate P. The game will not be played in Atlanta. So this is simply translating symbolic statements. Is this clear, by the way?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's now continue. So I have here, okay, there are it's very important aning grouping symbol. If a compound statement is written in symbolic form, the parentheses are used to indicate the simple statements are grouped together, like as what you have seen in table 3.2. So as you can see in table 3.2, if I'm gonna be focusing on the first example over here, mao ni ang grouping, mao ni ako unahon. In example number 2, naay grouping. So, mo ni ako unahon. Ang statement number 3, naay grouping dire ug naa say grouping dire. So, meaning, in making a truth table, unahon sa ninako, after that, i-combine ako ni P. Unahon ni nako, then akong i-relate ni R. So, kinisang last example, unahon nako, then ang result, i-compare. So that's the importance of having parentheses. Okay? Now, if you're given a sentence, like a compound sentence is written in English sentence, the comma there is used to indicate that the simple statements are being grouped. Like example, P, comma, and Q or not R. So ang gigroup ani is si Q or not R, because they are both in the same side of the comma. In our second example, ang gigroup pod ani is P and Q. So meaning ang kanading comma mao ni mo separate sa groupings nato. Okay? As well as look at the third example, there are two groupings here. Kini siya gigroup. Ya kini pod siya gigroup because of this comma over here. Okay? So, the very importance of a comma in sentences nga dili siya symbolic form, mao ni mo tell nato asa gigroup ana niya. Now, let's continue. Let us translate this compound statement, this over here, in English sentence. So, we have here P, this is and, Q, this is if then. So meaning, if I'm gonna translate this, this is now, look at the translation. Because P and Q are statements both appear in the parentheses in the symbolic form, they are placed to the left of the comma in the English sentence. So therefore, if I'm gonna be translating this one, P is you get a promotion. Q is you complete the training. Now, this is the symbol for and. That's why this is and. As you can see, I'm using if then because this is the symbol for if then. If this statement over here, this compound statement, then comma, then R, you will receive a bonus. So meaning the translation is simply, if you get a promotion and complete the training, then you will receive a bonus. So this is how we translate this symbolic form statement into an English statement or sentence. Now, let's have another one. Atong balihon. I already have shown the answer, pero let me show you how this is formed. Right? If you do not complete the training, then you will not get a promotion and you will not receive a bonus. So as you can see, naay kama dire. Nya, then you will kini siya gigamitan na kog and. So therefore, kini isud na kog parenthesis. Kay naaman siya after sa kama. So if I'm gonna be translating this, if you do not complete the training, that's a negation of Q because Q is you complete the training. Okay? Then, you will not get a promotion. That's negation of P. And you will not receive a bonus. That's negation of R. So, the translation is simply not Q implies not P and not R. So, this is how we translate sentences into symbolic form. Okay? Now, let's go to truth tables now. The truth table of a simple statement is true either. The truth table of a simple statement is either true or false. Again, the truth values is either true or false. The truth value of a compound statement depends on the truth values of its simple statement and its connectives. And the truth value is a table that shows the truth value of a compound statement for all possible truth values of simple statements. Now, later on, I will be teaching how to construct a truth value. But first, let's focus on our truth values for the negation. So as you can see, it's just simply, if I'm going to negate this, so I have statement P. Statement P has two values, either true or either false. Again, si statement P is either true or false. Now, if I will be negating statement P, what is not true? Of course, it's false. Not false is true. So this is how you do negation. You take the opposite of the truth value. Negating true will give you false. Negating false will give you true. That's negation again. The second one that we need to focus on, and you need to familiarize this. You need not memorize this. It's just simple nga dapat lang ninatong i-familiarize. We have here conjunction. Diba ang conjunction is and. So if I'm gonna be using and, look at the explanation. As you can see, mugamit kog true sa and kung both are true. Otherwise, everything is false. Again, ang and true ra jud na siya if both are true. Kung true ug false, true and false and true, false and false, all of them will be false. So, sa ato ang conjunction, atong timan-an ra jud, dapat true siya kung true ang duha ka statements. Otherwise, it's false. Sa disjunction, sa or, it's different. Nalang kay usa ka true ana class, automatically, your statement is true. Again, if you have one true statement, automatically, your statement, your disjunction is true. Mo nang true or true is true. True or false is true. False or true is true. Look at this one. Wala ko'y true statement. Mo nang false jud na siya. So, mo ni siya ang atong timan-an always. Okay? The fourth one, we call this conditional. Ang conditional is this. Ang ato na yung timan-an sa conditional is kung ang first statement true, then ang second statement false, that's automatically false. Kinira jud atong ilhanan always sa if then. Okay? Sa if then, maura ni ilhanan. Okay, the rest will be true. So meaning di ay, sir, if true, then true, it's true. If false, then true, then true. If false, then false, it's true. Sa conditional. Okay? Now, sa biconditional. Sa biconditional, it's different. When I say biconditional, dapat both statements have the same truth values for it to be true. Puros true is true. Puros false is true. Again, sa biconditional, puros siya true, then it's true. Puros siya false, then it's true. So, dapat parihas silang truth values. Kaya kung magsimang gani na, like dili parehas like this one, it's automatically false. Sir, naay gitawag og exclusive NOR. Exclusive NOR. Ang symbol ani niya is this. I will just present this one. Nya kini siya opposite ni siya if I'm gonna be using P exclusive or Q. Ang opposite niya sa biconditional. So kini siya matrue lang ni siya kung opposite sila og truth values like true or false is true. False and true is true. Kay kung parehas gani sila truth values, false na siya. Mo ni gitawag natong exclusive or. Do not worry, I'm not gonna give an example or exercise on this. I'll be focusing only on 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So kini silang statements, kining lima ka book tables, mao ni atong gamiton when we make truth tables. Now let's begin. Now, first thing and foremost, let's determine the truth value of each table, or of each statement rather. 5, or rather, 7 is greater than or equal to 5. Is that true or false? Class, 7 is greater than or equal to 5. Is that true or false?
True.
That's true. So, if I'm gonna be buwago na ko siya, so meaning, 7 is greater than 5 or 7 is equal to 5. 7 is greater than 5 is true. So the statement 7 is greater than or equal to 5 is a true statement. Okay? Now, if I'm gonna be having this, kining letter B, 5 is a whole number and 5 is an even number. Is this true or false? Class, is this true or false?
False.
That's a false statement. Nga naman, ang 5, dili man na siya even. And because I am using and, di ba ang and na ako asa tong and na to? Dara. Sir, ang and, sir, kay dapat true jud na siya, sir, para matrue siya. Ang or, sir, gatong first example na to, nahimo ni siyang true, although this is false, this is true, but I'm using or. Ang sa or dapat usa lang ka true, it will be true right away. Mo na ang letter B is false because I am using and. Sa letter C, it is true. Nga naman, because each statement, this statement is true, this statement is also true. True and true will give you a true statement. So this is now how we use katong atong table sa mga sentences. Now, let's construct a truth table for this. Now, ang atong unahong tan-awon ana class is this. Unsa man nga mga letters ang gigamit nako sa atong given? Unsa nga mga letters ang gigamit nato sa ato ang given? Over here, mao man yang given nako. Unsay letters nga naa dinha class? Class, are you still there?
And, sir.
P and Q. So muna ko ibutang sa first heading nako, P and Q. Again, I will be using P and Q there. Okay? Now, ang under sa P nga column, always ni siya ha. Mao ni always gamito nako under sa P column kung duha ka letters ang involved. Since duha ka letters ang involved, I'll be having true, true, false, false. All the time. Again, this will be what you will write under the P column, the first column. Under the second column, this is the thing that you'll be writing. True, false, true, false. So, mao ni siya ang akong ibutang sa first two columns if I have two statements. When I say two statements, I am using two letters only. In this case, I am using P and Q raman. Mao na siyang true, true, false, false for the first column. True, false for the second column. Now, let's go to the given. As you can see, na ako'y ginigate. Ginigate na ko si P. So, muna ko ibutang sa next column. But before that, i-show sa nato ang ato ang kodigo, ang ato ang guide in determining the truth values. So again, just like what I said, ang next column is not P. So ang not P dire, focus ta ani. Unsa may not true? Class, what is not true? Balik ha. Ang tubag ani nga column magdepende ani niya. Again, not P mana, kini tanan dire i-opposite na. Kung unsa may opposite sa true?
False.
False. Unsay opposite sa true? False again.
False.
Sunod, opposite sa false?
True.
True. Opposite sa false? True. O
True.
mao ni siya ang column sa not P. Sunod, okay na ni siya. Check. Kini na pod ang gisud sa parenthesis. So therefore, akong i-relate si not P or Q. So therefore, ang akong i-relate kini o kini gamitan ako or. Kay mo man ni symbol sa or. Kanus gani to ma-true ang or kung tanawan ninyong or daray. Darang or. Kanus ama true kung naalang kay true sir. True na siya permi sir. So if I'm gonna base true or false, unsay answer diri class? True.
True.
What about false, false? Sorry. False or false?
False.
False. True or true? True. True or false? Oh, true. O mo ni siya ang ako ang sulod sa parenthesis. Sunod, naman ko'y negation sa parenthesis, sir. So, kini siya this time, kini siya akong i-negate. Kuha ang opposite ani class. Unsay opposite aning true?
False.
Oh, false. Unsay opposite sa false?
True.
True. Opposite sa true?
False.
False. Opposite sa true?
False.
Oh, mao na siya ang kini nga statement kini siya. Sunod, ato nang ibasa all together. This time, kini siya akong ibaksa. Kini siya or. I'm using or Q. So sir, kini siya sir akong i-or dire. I-or. So meaning, ang tubag nako dire is kining akong gibaksan. Ako ning i-or. Ako nang i-or. So what is false or true? I'm using or again.
True.
True. True or false?
True.
True. False or true?
True.
True. False or false?
False.
Okay, there you go. So, mao ni siya ang gitawag na tug truth table. Mao ni tubag na ko sa letter A. Now, let's go to letter B. Use the truth table from a part to determine the truth value of. Given that P is true. Sir, P is true, Q is false. Mao ni siya, sir. P is true and Q is false. Look at the final truth value. O mo ni tubag nako sa letter B. It's true. Okay? Look at that one. Mo ni tubag nako. Any questions about the first example?
So far, sir.
Okay, let's move on to the next example. Do you want to know if ever na ay daghan nga mga sentences ang gipanggamit nako, like tulo ka sentences or focus sa tag duha ka sentences? Focus sa tag duha ka sentences, class, ha, for a while. Let me skip this one. Taas-taas man gud ni siya. Let me just skip this for a while. So, let's keep. Then let me go to here. Let me share my screen again. Okay. Do you see tautologies and contradictions on your screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when I say a tautology, it's a statement that is always true. Meaning, kanang tanang value sa last column, true tanan. Ang contradiction is a statement that is always false. Again, a contradiction is a statement that is always false. Now, let's have more examples here. So, I have here P and Q. Unsa gito ibutang nako diri, class, for P, under P, unsa ibutang nako diri? True.
True, false, false.
Under column Q, unsa isuwat?
True, false,
Okay, dapat hamon na siya ibutang na to sa first two columns. Now, as you can see, it's not P. So, I'll be having not P. So, I'll be negating P. Kining true, true, false, false. Kuhang opposite. Unsa isuwat na ko diri?
True.
Ha? Negate this. False. True. True. So, kaning true, ginegate na himong false. Negate true, mahimong false. Negate false, true. Negate false, true. Next. Maansiran din ni nato, class. So, we have not P or Q. So, kini siya o kini akong i-relate using or. What is false or true? What is false or true? Tanawa sa true.
True.
False
True,
or
sir.
false? What about false or false?
False.
False. True or true?
True.
True. True or false?
True.
Mo ni answer nato, class, for our second example. Let's go to another example over here. So the letters here are the letters P and Q. So we can start off with the letter P, pwede po Q. Let's start off lang with the letter Q. Nya human diri sa letter P. Walay problema na ako kung mag-interchange na sila. Anyway, inigpahatag na ko exercise. or activity, ako may magbuot unsa ibutang nako nga letter diri. So I'll be having true, true, false, false. True, false, true, false. Now let's start off with this one. Not P. Not P is this. So let's take the opposite of this. Say opposite any class.
False.
False. Sunod. Opposite.
True.
True. Opposite.
False.
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 Opposite.
False.
True. So take
True.
note, kini nga column, kini siya kuha na kong opposites. Next. Atong isuwat ang nas parenthesis. So you have Q and not P. So I am using and disjunction. Again, sa disjunction, dapat pareha siyang true para matrue siya. So, kini siya, kini o kini akong gigamitag and. So, false and true is what?
False.
False. True and false.
False.
False. False and true.
False.
False. True and false.
False.
Okay. Walay true diri nga naman. Sa ato ang gi-compare nga and, wala may puros true dira, sir. Mao na siyang false tanan sa ato ang kini nga column. Next. Ato sang gamitan og not Q. Not Q. So, kini siya nga column class, atong kuhaong opposite. Opposite sa true, true, false, false is what?
False. False. True.
Okay, false, false, true,
False. False.
correct. Next. O sunod, the whole thing dayon, kini. So, I have now Q and not P or not Q. So, this time, ang result ani niya class, akong gi-or. Kay mao man ni siya ang Q and not P nga column, kini siya. Nya ang ako ang not Q nga column is this. So what is false and false? Or, sorry, false or false?
False.
False or false? False gihapon na, sir. What about false, true, false, true?
True.
Sa or.
True.
True. Take note, sa or gani, naagay usa ka truean na automatically that's true. O mao ni truth value ani nga statement. Is this clear, by the way?
Yes, sir.
Let's have more examples para mas masabtan jud ni. So I have now letters P and Q. So I have here true, true, false, false, true, false, true, false. Unsay ibutang ka na ako diri class sa next column. Sige, kamoy decide daw. You tell me what should I write over the next column? Class, what should I write in the next column? Not Q. So I'll be writing not Q. So kini siyang Q column, opposite sa Q column. Give me the truth values now.
False. False. True. False. True.
Correct. Opposite ani false, true, false, true. Sunod unsa may ibutang nako next column. Oh, the whole thing na. P and not Q. So take note ha, I am using and, conjunction, and, kini nga symbol. So, unsa maning i-compare nako sir kini nga column o kini nga column akong gigamitag and true and false is what?
False.
False. True and false. True and true.
True.
False and false.
False.
True and false.
False.
Okay. O mo ni answer nato sa ato ang example. Let's have another example over here. This one. Kini siya. So, unahon nako og suwat si P, then sunod si Q. Let's have true, true, false, false. True, false, true, false. I have here, unahon na kung pinakasulod sa parenthesis, ang technique ani, unaha ang sulod sa parenthesis. So, unahon niya na ako ang not Q. So, not Q ko diri. Si kining Q, I'll take the opposite ani. This will become false, true, false, true. Okay? Sunod, kini dayong duha ako ang gamitan diri sa next column. P and not Q. So I'm gonna be having P and not Q. Akong gamitag and. So true and false.
False.
False. True and true.
True.
False and false.
False.
False and true.
False.
Okay. So, I am done with this one. Sir, naay negation atong sa imong parenthesis. So, next is the negation of P and not Q. So, kini nga column, negate, get the opposite. So, what will I write?
True. False. True.
Correct. Sunod, the whole thing na dayon ka. We have P or we have not P and not Q. So, kini siya akong i-or sa P. So, kini siya nga column o kini nga column atong gamitag or. So, what is true or true? True. True or false?
True.
False or true?
True.
False or true?
True.
This is what you call a tautology. Mo ni gitawag nato tautology. Okay, king nagi usa nga false ana class. That's what you call a contradiction. Any questions about our lesson this afternoon?
None, sir.
Okay. Let me present to you para lang nating idea aning nga mga examples. Let me end the presentation first and let's go back to this presentation over here. This will be my last example for this afternoon. Okay, there you go. So, what are the letters involved now? Class, unsay P,
Q, and R.
there you go. P, Q, and R. So, kung 3 statements na gani siya, this will be our first 3 columns. Always. True, 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 true. False, 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 false. Second column. True, true, false, false. True, true, false, false. Last column. True, false, true, false, true, false, true, false. Always na siya basta 3 statements ang involved. Is this clear, by the way?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's proceed to the next column. Not R. Sorry. Kini pa di ay, ang giuna niya is this. So not, or rather P and Q. I'm using conjunction. So P and Q, kini akong gi-end. Sige, you tell me the truth values here. True and true.
True.
True. True and true.
True.
True and false.
False.
False. Next one.
False.
False. Next one.
False.
False. Next one.
False.
False. Next.
False.
False. Next.
False.
Very good. So, ang basis na ko conjunction. Sunod, mag-not R sa ta. Not R. So, ang column R, akong i-negate. Kindly negate all these statements, please.
False. True. False. True. False. True. False. True.
There you go. Ang column R, ginegate ra na nato. Sunod, atong isunod ang sulod sa parenthesis. Not R or Q. So, si not R, gi-or nako ni Q. So, what is false or true? True.
True.
True or true?
True.
False or true?
True.
False or false or false? Sorry, false or false? False. True or false? False or true?
True.
True. True or true?
True.
False or false?
False.
True or false?
True.
Okay. Sunod, kini nga column, which is this parenthesis, o kini siya nga column, which is this one, akong gigamitan og and. So, kini atong gamitag and. What is true and true?
True.
Okay. Sunod, true and true again.
True.
What about false and false?
False.
False. False and true.
False.
False. False and true again. False.
False.
False and true again. That's a false.
False.
What about a false and a false?
False.
False. False and true.
False.
False. Okay, ingana ra na siya ka simple para maghimo tag truth table ani niya. So kini ra jud atong guide class. Kini ra jud ato ang guide para makahimo tag truth values sa atong truth table.